Hey guys, Steve Stevens here, VIP Sports Las Vegas. I have absolute blowout winners for you today. 247 blowout winners I'm going to issue today. We're going to go 247 and 0. You're going to bet 150% of your bankroll on every single game. How can we lose? We can't. When you're done, all you have to do, guys, wire me 90% of your money, and that's it, guys. Absolute blowout winners, 147 and 0. Sound fair enough? All right. I was watching his videos earlier, guys. What a clown. He talks about bankroll management, and in like 2 minutes later, he's talking about betting like 20% of the account. Like, anyways, all right, done with him. Yesterday, guys, went 3-1. It's a good day. We got a backdoor cover, which is nice, but we lost the game. We lost. Got a touchdown to cover the over. Unfortunately, with like 4 minutes left to go in the game. Two opportunities they could have kicked a field goal there. They just kept going for it. I guess they wanted to run the score up. But either way, guys, 3-1. Happy with that. And I asked you guys for something yesterday. I said, is there any way that we get 20 likes on this video? That's not too much, right? Like 20 likes. That's, reasonable. We almost got 50. So I said if we got over 20 likes, I was going to issue one of the days this weekend. I was going to issue my full card. Like absolutely every game that I'm betting. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to go one step further. Not only am I going to give you guys my full card for Saturday, but I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to up it a little bit. I'm going to say if we get 25 likes on this video, it's totally doable, right? Now, maybe, 30 likes, guys. I'm going to push you guys. If I get 30 likes on this video, I'll do my full NFL card for you guys as well. So let's dive right into it. The first play, guys, I'm going to require a little bit of patience and due diligence on your guys' side. So, the first game is a baseball game. It's Philadelphia, Miami. The line opened up at 9 in this game. Now, right off the bat, Miami's offense is atrocious. So, you have to ask yourself, like, why open a line at 9? Unless you're just begging for underdollars, which they're getting. I mean, they're getting underdollars smashed on them left, right, and center. And it's my hope that they get enough underdollars at 9. They're going to bring this line back down to 8.5. So we're not going to touch this game at 9. But at 8.5, we're going to smash this game, guys. So I told you guys always my normal standard play is 1% of my bankroll. If this goes to 8.5, I'm going to go 1.5% of my bankroll. So I'm actually going to bump this up just a little bit. I like this play to go over 8.5. Minute Maid Park, over 8.5. It's not going to be that cool a night, so like we're not worried about really thick air. It's a good over park, and when you have a straight out wind, we have a straight out wind expected to go like dead out to center field at 7 miles an hour. We're hitting at that. We're hitting overall at 70 and 25. 70 wins, 25 losses. That's good for a 41.7% ROI. It's pretty good. At Minute Maid Park, the exact same conditions like just at Minute Maid Park, 7-2. But we want that 8.5. We don't want 9. We want 8.5. So let's cheer on the public. Hopefully they continue to bet the under. I think they will. I mean, 9 on the surface with Miami, it looks like a really attractive under. And we want the public to be all over this. And as soon as it drops 8.5, guys, snatch it up. Bet the over at 8.5 in that game. So that pick is contingent on that line coming to us. So total for the day, it looks like I am going to be issuing 10 plays. Yeah, I said I'd give you guys my full card, didn't I? 10 plays. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break this down. Right now, I have that baseball play I already told you guys. And I have four football games that are going before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I'm going to do is sometime around maybe 1, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to put out video part 2. And that's going to be my afternoon picks. It looks right now like it's going to be another 4 or 5 games in the afternoon. Most likely 5 games in the afternoon. So keep an eye out for that, guys. The best way... I'll post a link on a few different social media sites, but at the end of the day, guys, the best way is subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell down below. That'll notify you when I post a video, and you'll be able to see it, guys, because you won't want to miss the afternoon. So let's get started right off the bat. First game, we have Northwestern and Wisconsin. So this game opened up with Wisconsin being a 21-point favorite. Public has been all over it, bumped that line up to 24.5. At 24.5, we like Northwestern in this game to cover. Again, this is a game where you have a road dog with low totals. Okay, anytime you have like road dog with low totals, and now in college football, low totals are different than NFL. Low totals in college football considered under 49. So basically, at 48.5 under on the totals, that's considered low totals. We like the road dog to cover. As well, we have like conference games that are heavily bet, and that what heavily bet is typically 2.1 times what your average bets are on other games. So, for argument's sake, like, certain games right now, I was looking at some games have like, 3,200 bets placed on them. This one's closer to 8,000 bets placed. So it's a heavily bet game. Vegas focus on those games because it's really, really important, and Vegas wants to get the public on the wrong side, guys. And I think people jumping on Wisconsin in this game, they're on the wrong side, guys. We're getting 3.5 points more than the opening line. So we're going to take Northwestern at 24.5. All right. I do apologize today, guys. I know, like, I tried with all my picks to be like really, really in depth, and when I'm issuing one pick to you guys, I can like go into great depth. So you'll have to forgive me for this weekend. I'm going to be throwing out a lot of picks to you guys. I'm not going to be able to go in depth, but believe me, I've analyzed these games for days, so the information's there. I just won't be able to pass every last detail on to you guys. Otherwise, you'd be sitting here for an hour and probably get frustrated. So, all right, second game, Kansas TCU. So public all over TCU. We like that. We have a reverse line move in this game for Kansas. So we like Kansas at plus 15. This is another example, guys, of a low total road dog under 48.5. Actually, I think the total for this one is the 48.5. So it's like kind of the upper echelon of what we're comfortable with the low total road dogs. But we like Kansas plus 15 in this game, guys. So Kansas plus 15 in the game. All right, that moves us along to Indiana, Michigan State. So again, here's a situation where we have a reverse line move. And this is a really interesting game to me. So this game opened up with Michigan State being a 15.5 point favorite. So if we had a bet on Indiana, we got 15.5 points. But very interesting, 64% of the money has come in on Michigan State so far. So the public's definitely on Michigan State in this game. But what have we seen? We've seen, even though the money's going to Michigan State, we've seen that line go from minus 15 down to minus 14. So what does that tell us when that happens, guys? The money's going on Michigan, but the line gets lower to make it more attractive to bet on Michigan. It tells us one thing, guys. Vegas wants that money coming in on Michigan State. So we have it at 14. If it drops any lower, guys, not comfortable at 13.5, but we're putting the play in at Indiana plus 14 in this game. We like that. Take it and roll. All right. Next game. We have Mississippi against mighty Bama. Alabama, guys. This is an interesting game. So Alabama's been crushing it. And you know what? So far, I talked about in my earlier videos, guys. Early on this year, these like the heavy favorites have been covering. But I've looked at some of the lines. I looked at what I expected the lines to be. And I think Vegas has done a pretty good job in compensating for that. So even though this line actually opened up 3 points higher than I was expecting it to, opened up at 34. And again, I think that, 34 is probably a relatively fair number for this game. But I was expecting, somewhere, 31, 32 range. So like 34, I said, okay, that's not bad. Now, since then, guys, 87% of the money has come in on Alabama. And why wouldn't it? right? Why wouldn't it from a public standpoint? The publics rode Alabama. They rode these like, super favorites. They're favored by 30 plus points, and they've done really well this year because the favorite's been covering. But historically, guys, we like those big dogs. When we're getting 32 points or more, we're going to cover 60.1% of the time. So we got a 60% system right there. And we have 87% of the money, of the public money, going in Alabama in this game. So we're going to fade the public in this game, and we're going to take those extra points the public's giving us because of all this money coming in, and we're going to take Mississippi plus 38 in this game. So all our bets are dogs, except for, the baseball game. We have to wait for the total, but I've had some of you guys ask, well, how come you don't really bet on favorites? And I do occasionally, I will bet a favorite, but as I always say to you guys, the value you're going to find is going to be in the dogs. And the public typically fades the dogs. A lot of the times, especially early in the year, like we're seeing this year where the favorites are covering, Vegas is going to compensate for that, guys. So, we're seeing 87% of the money come in on Alabama. Vegas is doing what they can to compensate for that because, again, Vegas wants to win money and they want to get public on the wrong side, but they don't want to get slaughtered. They don't want 87% of the money ever going on one team. So they're going to keep hiking that line. Now, bumping it up to 38, that's bonus points for us, guys. That's like, that we're getting free points here just because the public is pushing so hard on Alabama. So we're going to take that point. We're going to bank it as value, and we're going to go with that, guys. So I'm just going to give you a quick recap. Once again, guys, we're going to have 4 or 5 games. I'm going to release them, like I said, around probably 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let me just do a quick recap of our initial game. So we have Mississippi at plus 38. We have Indiana over Michigan State at plus 14. We're taking it at plus 14 or better. We're not taking it at 13.5, guys. I want the full 2 touchdowns in that game. But we like that game again because that, despite all the money coming in on Michigan State, that line still come down. So we like that. Vegas wants that money on Michigan State. So anyways, Mississippi plus 38. We want Indiana over Michigan State plus 14. We want Kansas plus 15 over TCU. And we want to take Northwestern getting plus 24.5 in that game. And the other game, guys, you're going to have to keep an eye out for this game. Please watch it because the line could change quickly. So keep an eye on this throughout the day, guys, at your different betting sites. Harass your bookie. That's what they're there for. We have in the baseball game, Philadelphia, Miami. We want that over at 8.5. And I think at 9, you're probably going to see enough money come in from the public that we will at some point see an 8.5. If we don't see an 8.5, guys, we're going to take a pass on that game. But if it hits 8.5, we're going to be all over it. Jump on it. Call your bookie. Tell them you want it at 8.5. Tell them to call you when it's there. Whatever you got to do, guys. So again, 3-1 yesterday. Good day. Hopefully we can get a really good day going here for you guys today. Once again, if we get 30 likes on this video, I will post my full card for NFL tomorrow, guys. Actually, every bet, not just NFL, my full card. These games, this is what I'm betting. This is every game that I'm betting today, you guys are going to get, okay? Not just one daily free pick. So anyways, guys, that's it for video 1. Keep an eye out for video 2, and we'll get that posted up as soon as possible. All right, so take care, and as always, guys, have a very lucky day.